Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Welcome to another Thursday stream with ADSR. If you don't know, my name is Taetro, and we have been, for the past few weeks, building beats together and going through the entire stage of the creative process of making a beat from scratch, coming up with the ideas from an empty Ableton Live project to now fully going into arrangement, adding sections, finishing with mixing and mastering, all those things. So if you've been along for the journey, welcome back. If this is your first stream, no worries, because we focus on very individual parts of this process during each stream, so you don't have to have watched the past stream to follow along. And today's subject is all about making a B section, making a bridge. So we started with a bunch of loops. Everything is kind of around the same musical content, even though we've done some clever arranging to make it not sound super repetitive. But we did leave room last week for a bridge section, a middle section, for us to sort of go in a different direction and then come back to a really triumphant hook. As usual, it'd be awesome if you guys could let me know if there are any technical issues during the stream, any glitches, if I forget to switch to the screen mode, which I haven't done that yet, but sometimes it happens. I'll be talking about what's going on screen and you guys will be like, what? We can't see anything. No assistant here. It's just me pushing all the buttons. I'm happy to see Capel and Camilo already in the chat. Welcome. I am taking questions and anything from YouTube chat, Facebook, and I believe Twitch. Wherever we're streaming right now, I got all the chats in front of me so I can take your questions as we go. But without further ado, I suppose we can jump in and kind of review what we've already done, and I'll show you what we're going to do for this week. So here we go, Ableton Live. So this is kind of where we ended last week, in arrangement view with all these nice and neat sections, a little hole in our beat here, a little hole in our arrangement that says make a bridge, my instructions for this week. So let me just go ahead and tab over to arrangement view, because this is really where we started. And as you can see, we started very, very simply with about, and I did some stuff last week, which is going to make this project look a little weird. But we started very simply. We started with some pads. Remembering also that this is from an ambient ethereal trap pack from ADSR. Like all of these sounds we got from an ADSR pack. That's kind of how we started. Limited ourselves to a single sample pack. Then we have a flute. Let me know how levels are, because I can bring up the levels of the project. I'm going to go ahead and reload YouTube here so I can get the most recent chat. So that's our flute lead, followed by a bass, like a big. I'm actually super stoked about this bass, because usually sample basses do not come out as great as this. This sounds like a straight up 808. I will play them all together, no worries. We've got keys. Oh, let's solo that. Kind of like a slow building keys. You can see we've messed with the sample so that it sustains and loops. And of course, we have our drums. I'll just play you the full out pattern that we built. It's got a bounce to it. And at the end of last week, I threw a very, very simple mastering chain on here, which maybe we can go into more detail later, or when we really finish this beat, which will probably take one more stream to finish. We will likely dive into that. All right, so all together, it sounds like, let me unsolo the drums, it sounds like this. Where's the MIDI here? Am I losing my mind? You guys are seeing that too? What am I doing wrong? Where's the MIDI? Where are the notes? Oh, I was selecting on the wrong clip. Yeah, but that is our whole beat together. And we took those very simple musical ideas, so that loop that we just heard, and we converted it, or we brought it over to the arrangement view. And we were very strategic about how we plotted out this beat, because we only had those initial 5 or 6 musical ideas. And as you can see, it has a building shape to it, where it kind of starts very small and sparse, and it builds to having more, introducing a new idea, dropping something out, eventually building to a chorus here, where multiple things, or most things, come in. Let's play this arrangement from the beginning. We can point out some of the stuff that's happening here. Very simple intro section. These sections are labeled, so if you're following along, this is a very simple contemporary structure. Using the same drum pattern, only using the kick for the intro. I really like that kick. I haven't listened to this beat since last week. First thing that we added in the arrangement phase, these vocal samples. Add a nice little a layer of variance to the verse. And that was done in the arrangement phase, not in the initial writing phase. Left room for a vocalist or a rapper here, of course. Disagree, what is up? Welcome. So that's a nice long verse. And let's go to a pre-chorus here. Again, switching back to kick only. Filtering in this lead here. You can see that filter automation. Dropping on a hook. So again, everything is dropping in here, which makes for a nice arrival point. Even though it's all the same musical ideas, we haven't heard them all together until this point. Back right into a verse with a little variation. Those breaks with those vocal samples, very effective. Again, that's another technique. We've heard this content before. We've heard this exact arrangement of content before in the first verse. So how do we make that fresh? Well, it doesn't always have to be a new musical idea or a new whatever. We do simple techniques like this. You drop out the beat, and to really dissect that, let's look at it. 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. So we're dropping on the and of 4. That's what we call that. If we count out the beat, right? Our strong beats are 1, 2, 3, 4. If we need to count in between those, so eighth notes is what these are called, right? Divide that in half. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So every number now has an and. 1 and 2 and. So that's kind of how we talk about that in music. That's how we can describe where this lands. So that's another technique for adding variation, and that's a very, very common technique in a lot of pop music, a lot of beat music. So that's a great verse. It's half as long as the original verse, which is fine to do. That's very common for the second time around. Not belaboring the point and just doing it half. And then we dive right back into a pre-chorus section. Let's start right there. Again, it's taking pretty much the same shape. And then we're coming up on another chorus. And everything is playing together again. One thing we don't have in this track yet are what I call the bells and whistles, right? So we don't have the risers, we don't have the washes, we don't have the noise stuff. We're not there yet. That's something that's gonna happen this week as well. But you'll notice we come up to this gap here. And there's no more sound. We left about 8 bars for us to add a final chorus. It's completely blank. Now, this doesn't mean we have to reinvent the wheel or anything, but what we should think about is how do we make something contrast the original sections. So everything is kind of built off this chord progression. D, E, F, E. So if I was to play that, let's... Very, very simple, right? But now what direction can I go that's not there? That's a little bit too happy, right? And again, I'm trying to come up with something different than this. Let's hear it all together again. Great. So let's try to come up with something that's different. That's not quite in key, right? Camilo asks, am I just changing the order of the chords that I already have? Maybe. I might do that. So, again, to focus in here on the keys, right? The initial chord is really F, G, A minor. That's basically the chord progression. And I actually kind of got a different root note here, which adds a little more color to it. So you could interpret that almost as D minor, E minor, F, but I'm hearing more. But what's the bass playing? What did we do in the bass? Yeah, G. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, maybe I didn't transpose the sample. Thought I did, though. Let me see if a C equals a C here. I have to refresh my memory. Ah, it does not. Okay. That would be the reason. But basically, the chord progression I'm hearing here is a 4, 5, 6. And every key kind of has that, right? You take the fourth note in the scale and build a chord off of it, right? So that's 4. Take the fifth note in the scale, build a chord off of it. That's the 5. Sixth note, build a chord off of it, right? Boxhar says get some real gear, which is super interesting. I don't even know what that means. Just looks like real gear to me. I'm making beats with it. I'm on a stream making music. I think that's the only thing that constitutes real gear. So obviously the one chord, we're in the key of C. Well, we're not really, but I'm playing in the key of C. The one chord, a nice big C chord here, sounds a little too triumphant. And I'm actually wondering if continuing with a chord progression is actually not contrasting enough. So I'm thinking of going to the bass. Cool. And let's figure out a feel that we can go to. What I might do is actually carry over the hi-hats. And let's just use this. Go ahead, I'll go here. Let's figure out I might try that. That's a little bit different. So you notice how we're not using the chords. I'm going to just try this progression I'm going to try to keep it bouncy. 1, 2, ready. All right, that's good. I'll just repeat that first 4 bars. Cool. We have that. I'll give it a quantize. Boom. So that is already pretty different from this initial bass line. It's different in motion and it's different in notes. Darren James, first time here? Welcome. Welcome from the east coast of the US to Bristol, UK. We're a global community, that's for sure. Okay, so now, what is my quantize set to? Good question. If I hold Command Shift U, hello? Command Shift U. Work with me here. What am I doing wrong? It doesn't want to show me. I believe my quantization is set to 16. Did they change that command or something? I'm definitely hitting it. Oh, I'm just not in a MIDI roll. Is that the problem? You don't think of those things. Command Shift U. Yeah, it's 1/16 and the amount is 61%. Ella from like other half of the globe. Welcome. I'm so glad you can make it. You guys are just tuning in. We're building a bridge section for our track. Yeah, good call, Camila. Click on the clip. Let's go ahead and see what we can build off. Now maybe I can add a chord, but it won't be a progression. So I'm kind of hanging on. Yeah, I'm still not feeling going to that chord instrument. I feel like it's been too prevalent in the track to use it in a contrasting section. I mean, that's simple enough of an idea that I might just go with it and keep building. Gives me 4 bars. That's not actually what I want to do. Record, start here. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's repeat that. Again, this is to take our track to the next level and not just be loops after loops after loops, right? So let's maybe add some drums in here. I'm going to add a very simple kick pattern here. We're going to see if we can make this all blend together. I'm not sure if I'm loving it yet. Let's go ahead and repeat that. Make sure we're quantized. So obviously going for a more mellow approach here. Jermaine, what is up? Isaias, all people over on Facebook. Trash McCann from Glasgow. Cheers, my friend. Welcome to the stream. All right, what actually might happen here is I might get rid of these hi-hats. Now, I didn't delete them because I might want to bring them back, so I just deactivated them with the 0 button. let's see where we're at. So we're coming off a hook. It's always important to hear these things in context. Let's come off that hook. Let's hear how this transition. It's going to be a quite drastic transition. I gotta fix this drum pattern because it has a kick right at the end. That's so obnoxious. Actually, I kind of like the fact that everything drops a bit. So what I might do, I want to drive this forward, right? I want to drive it right into the final chorus. So what I need to do, I'm actually going to put some more kick drums in the second half. And I'm going to have it be more of a driving four to the floor kind of thing. I'm going to keep up with that pattern. So I'm making sure I'm hitting on 1, 2, 3, and 4. You know, it's 2, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4. That means bar 2, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4, etc. That is the same throughout the project. And again, the whole point of this is to drive us to the final chorus. So we're getting somewhere. We're getting some shape. You can see how the trajectory is moving forward. I almost wonder what would this sound like an octave lower. Actually, I think that's way cooler. That's way more of what we're going for here. Now, what if the hi-hat came back in here? We're very close. We're building to something. I like that for the second half. Let me do that. That's not the note I want. That transition is kind of super jarring. What I might actually do is double this section, and we're gonna have to really build up. So I'm actually selecting this with the bracket and hitting duplicate time. But what I don't want to do is lose momentum, so I'm gonna keep that four to the floor kick style going, and we're gonna keep this pattern going as well. So now we have to build even more. Now we have to build over a longer amount of time, because we need to get to a very, very high energy hook. And it's going to be very hard to do that coming from this very mellow bridge section. I've created a challenge for myself. Tony Dadon says, can songs be songs without a bridge? Of course they can. Always wondered. Music has no rules, right? That's true and not true. Music, there are rules. You can obviously break the rules. And that's how we get really creative, fun things. But a track does not need a bridge by any means. This is almost becoming a different track now. But I like it. And I'm wondering if I just go ahead and preemptively automate the flute. So I actually don't do this usually. Meaning I don't automate before I've even played the idea. Let's bring this up. And you know, now is actually a good time to probably add in a new layer, because we're about to get to the end, the final chorus, and we will want an additional layer when we get there, just to amp things up, right? So the bridge is a perfect time to introduce an instrument that isn't quite here yet. So let me find something that is a simple pad sound. I want to be... I'm going to choose from some very stock Ableton stuff, right? I'm going to gain stage it, so bring the gain down. Make sure I arm the right track. That's not what we want. I'm going to turn my arpeggiator off. And the whole idea is to add energy so we can better bridge the gap between the low energy of the bridge and the final chorus. Not looking for something with harmony in it already. Oof, it's got a lot going on. That's mellow like everything else. I want something bright. Let's see if we can make that work. Go. Let's add in something. I'll fix these notes later. Alright, so it is getting to a point where we're building the tension. It's almost there. It's almost there. I gotta go fix the notes that I misplayed. I was way off on that one, huh? Why doesn't it look like I'm way off? I gotta come in early. Yeah, it's like the attack on this synth. I'll go ahead and grab the sidechain compressor. Wow, that sounds so off, huh? All right, let me actually... Let's put this back. I think when I quantized stuff, it made it not quite how we want it. Yeah, it's got to be on that upbeat. This is a troubling synth. Yeah. All right, so since the first half was good, I'm just going to go ahead and repeat that. Oh, that's going to make things so difficult. It's never easy, chat. It's never easy. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate it. Good morning, Ernest on Facebook. Welcome, welcome. Not loving it. We gotta make fast decisions. We gotta move on. I think I need something. Alright, there we go. Yeah, like I need something like this stupid saw here to build things up. And then we're going to add a nice solid backbeat. I think I'm having a vision for what's going to happen here. Yeah, we can totally build it up. We got to get to that point, right? It's a challenge, but I think we can do it. This is not the right tuning, but we will carry that synth over. So let's go ahead and quantize. Let's filter. This is going to add even more drama to this part. See if we can add a backbeat here. Yeah, let's go ahead and add that in to this last section and we'll be almost there. Time check. All right, yeah, we got half an hour. We can definitely finish the basic arrangement of this track. It's building. We're getting there. It's been a slow get, but I think we're close. Oleg, welcome from Russia. Camilo, good call. Yeah, I will likely still do that because it stuck out to me again today. Let's go ahead and turn the plus. 1. What did I do wrong in that chat? Why did it not record? Did I not hit the record button? Am I losing my mind? I've got plus on. I've got this on. Alright. Well, we do it the old-fashioned way then. I don't know why. Oh, is only the... Oh, that doesn't make any sense. The track is indeed armed. You guys are like my tech support today. So here, I'm hearing the clap now. I'm not losing my mind. It's not turned off. But then when I go to put... This is also the beta version of Ableton. So sometimes it does weird stuff, and then sometimes I just don't know what I'm doing. The only track armed. Bop, bop. Right there. Okay. We're almost there. We're so close. Thank you for hanging in today. Welcome to another Thursday ADSR stream with Taetro, beat making from scratch, bringing it up over the course of a few weeks. We are now on the stage where we're building a bridge and a B section. If you're just tuning in, over the past few weeks, we've actually been we built it up from scratch, right? So we did take a different aspect of the beat making process throughout the weeks, and we try to do what we can. Any room for this here? So we kind of allude to that melody. Let's try it. See if this works. Yep. I definitely played a wrong note in there, but we'll see what we can do about it. See, even, oh, I did turn audition off. All right, that's what's messing me up there. And this definitely has got to get filtered up. Make sure it builds to that point. Can we filter this hi-hat in? Will that help us? Suddenly, the transition from one to the other is not sounding so drastic. You see how we kind of did that, chat? By building a similar melody to allude to the melody that's coming during the chorus, and then by also using a big washy synth to kind of add energy and bring us into a final section. Let's see what this filter does. Sirens are on my end. We gotta add this final. Oh, we're in D, that's right. Go ahead and do this. We're gonna lay this down, but that ends on a pretty high note. I'll add high notes later. Let's do it. Don't like that. Ooh, played the wrong chord progression. One more time. That's the note I want. That's a new section. That's a new half of the chord progression. So let's play that along. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it hangs on that chord for a bit. There we go, and we'll probably add a layer on top, but let's see what we've got here. I think I do have to pull back on the release for this though, because I don't want them bleeding over too much. I might make the sidechain more extreme for this instrument. Add one more layer to this. An upper octave here. 2, ready, go. See how that one note on top adds a lot more epicness. And then we've built to a final chorus that we've already heard, but we have a new layer that makes it cool and interesting and epic. Jesse Light, good morning. Yefim, what is up? People say the sirens sounded good. Should have sampled them. What do I use to stream into Ableton? I use a big old video mixer called the Roland VR1 HD. It takes everything from the computer. It acts kind of like a webcam. It takes all the camera footage, takes the screen capture, puts it back into the computer, using regular old audio interface to run the audio into it. Before I had the video mixer, I used two audio interfaces, one for the stream, one for Ableton. So kind of one ran into the other, like physically with cables. Jesse Light says, thought you should know I got a lava lamp so that I could make better beats. We all know the skill comes from colorful ambient light. You're not wrong, Jesse. You made the right purchase. Ambient lighting before new gear. That's what I say. How are we at with this bridge? What do you guys feel? What are you guys thinking? I don't think it's my best bridge by any means, but I think it's something. Especially since we haven't added bells and whistles yet. Give some time. Guys, I started at 100% and my computer's plugged in. That's how much streaming makes the computer struggle. Alright, this bridge is not quite complete yet. I don't think so, at least. I think that's how it's got to be, huh? Make this start here. That helps the motion a lot more. I think this needs to live a little bit in my right ear. I might just add one more clap sample here to make this. I just really need a basic clap, and then I need a audio track, and I need it to fall on beat 2, and I need to not be super loud, and I need it to be super reverby. And it needs a side chain. I might do that on every beat 2. Let's bring back some highs. A little subtle background thing. Boom. Do we do this on 2 and 4 now? I don't know. I'm just making it up as I go, chat. Let's see if it sounds good. If it sounds good, it is good. Words to live by. Ibrahim, go to sleep. This stream will be up after you sleep. Don't worry. Yeah, I think that's subtle enough that it works. What would happen if I took that 2 and 4 clap and put it in this hook? I think it adds an energy and it's in the back enough that it works. I'm feeling it, chat. Anything that we can carry over from this bridge section to this final chorus to make the final chorus that much more epic. Thanks, J-Mac. I appreciate it. Where's everybody watching from? I'm curious about like what time it is where you're watching, because for me it's early in the morning. I just woke up. Do I use that? I think I use that. Maybe not that loud. What's up, B. John? Welcome. Glad I could be here for your break. Cheers. Jermaine says, thank you for streaming. No problem. Thank you for watching. This is fun for me. Oh God, that's so loud. Try it. I'll take it. 12:47 a.m. UK, 4 p.m. We are all over the world today. What the heck? Find some halfway decent sounds. Honestly, this bridge is a whole beat by itself. This is a whole chill beat. This is the bells and whistles portion of the stream. What do we think of this? I don't like that at all. What do we think of this bridge? Comes off of that chorus into the bridge. I'm so annoyed that this is... Oh, it's not there. Ellis, watching in the background while doing my day job from Edinburgh. We'll check out the full stream later. Thanks so much, Ellis. Today's stream has been a little bit of a struggle for me, to be honest, chat. Like, it's been kind of tough to get this bridge happening, but I think we have something that's workable. All right, what do we got? We got 12:47 a.m. in Sydney, 4 p.m. in the UK, 16:47 in Sweden, Jesse late, 10:47 a.m. in Ontario, North Carolina EST, same. UK 3:45 p.m. How could you both be in the UK and it's different times? See, the UK is wacky. Oh, 16. Same time? I don't really know. I just talked over that whole bridge section, but I think we have a really workable bridge, chat. Let's see what we can do in terms of risers. I'm just going to pull from the risers that I use all the time to just demonstrate where they go. They go right before. For me, they lead into sections. And since this is... Oh my God, it's sounding so sharp today. Put this in its own track. Maybe detune it. Not detune it, but transpose it down. Mess it up with that warping, roll off some highs, add some reverb, really wash it out. Then can this become a, that's not what I want to do. Clock is 15 minutes fast, so you'll always be early or on time. See, we're building back up. There we go. I do have an idea of something I would like to do now. I don't know if this will sound good, but... Alright, so remember that thing that we did in the verse over here? What if we did that in this very first chorus here? and of 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and the synth that we have added is not in the group, so let's put it in the group. Did that work? I think so. We're gonna try this. I wouldn't normally do something like this in a hook, but I'm using the force, chat. I'm doing what my instincts tell me. Lost the music. You're late. That's okay. I forgive you. Oh, I like those risers not being cut off. All right. Those will be the only 2 cutoffs we do. Next week, we'll put the final touches on this and maybe start something new. What do you guys think? All right, I do want to add a new section. I won't copy those settings completely. Here's a vocal sample to use. Whoops. Oh, sorry about that, chat. That was my ears. Is that too high? Maybe use the same. Nah, we won't use the same one. That's in the wrong spot. What am I doing wrong? Alright, how does this sound? We build up to it. I don't like that one. No. See, when you play them next to each other, they sound very silly. See, I'll keep one of them, I think. I think what I do gotta do is maybe cut this off. Oh, I don't like that. Why? Ableton, I don't use this. Tell me if you use this in Ableton Live. I would love to know what you use it for. I mean, at a glance, you can see the structure of the track, which is really nice, but functionally, I don't want to click up there. Let's go ahead and go to that and a 4 and cut this clap off because that reverb is super a lot. Chat. Knock on wood. Have we not had a visual glitch today? Dawood was right. I switched the HDMI cable. That's what it was. I think. Skina, I didn't even know that could be done. Can you let me know what you mean? Because I want to make sure. Because there's probably other people that don't know either. Alright, chat. Did we successfully make a bridge, would you say? This track is long by modern standards. The skin is just the dark skin, I believe. One of the default Ableton Live 10 skins. I use it when working both Arranger and Session View. It is handy when in Session View to go fast into a section. Huh, I would love to know more about that. I think that's the track, my friends. Let's see if I can kind of like BS an outro here. We don't want that. What's the outro? Is the outro these notes hang? It's a slightly weak ending. Oh, let's just filter it out. Maybe. Boom. Come on. We're so close. Finish line is almost here. Oh, reverb tail. That's smart, Camilo. If we do that, then the note doesn't have to be as long. Camilo Martinez with a smart idea. I like that he called it a mini map, Jesse Light. We made it to the end of the track. Wow. That's fun. Let's add some bells and whistles. I'm going to do this super arbitrarily. Adding drops in at that chorus to emphasize a hit. Kind of doing it as needed. Adding some risers in, changing the transposition to give it some flavor so it sounds different than the last time it happened. Again, I don't know if these are going to sound good, but just trying things. I think there needs to be a long riser there. That one? That's not long. Jesus. No. Whatever. I don't want it. Tried to create a chord progression simpler, but when it transfers from chord to chord, there is a noticeable click sound which ruins the smooth transition. How best to fix? Change the attack in simpler, bring the attack up so it's not super hard, or upgrade to sampler and then turn the crossfade looping on. To demonstrate what I mean, so this is simpler, but the attack is up, so I'm not getting a click at the beginning. But there's another instrument, this one, that it's a sampler. Looping sustain mode is turned on, and the crossfade is up. So it's, instead of like hitting a start point, it's crossfading between. It definitely should be called a mini map. I have to ask, where's that confounded bridge? The bridge is coming up. We'll play the rest of the track out, and then that's gonna be it for today. What do we do next week, chat? Do we start a new beat, or do we finish this one? Like, call it done, finished? I think there's a couple final touches that could happen here. Do you know a singer or a rapper who could jump on this? Let me know. Yeah, Darren, hope that's helpful. When we do next week, let me know if it worked or if you have more questions. Here's our bridge. Super mellow. This is what we did today. 16 bars, right? We got there. Built up with a nice triumphant synth. I don't love the volume of that clap here, but figure it out. For the final chorus. So in total, like just to put a number on this, we spent 4 hours on this track. I haven't worked on this outside the streams. Is this our third or fourth stream with this chat? This actually might be only 3 hours. 3 hours of work here. Yeah, the mouth clicks me. We'll do that next time too. More mixing stuff. We'll finish this. 6:04 p.m. in Finland. Man, we are everywhere today, chat. This is just a little placeholder outro, essentially, because I don't... But the reverb tail is a good one. Yeah, that's what we got today, chat. We have finally... Oh, boy, and this guy's going to mow his lawn as soon as this stream's about to be over. But, all right, folks, we have finally... not finished, but we've got a full structure for the track. All the parts are here. The next step is to really mix it, take a finer look at these bells and whistles, and really make it done. Finish it. Done. If you know a rapper or a singer that could fit on this track and they want to send me something, put them in touch with me. You guys know my Instagram handle is @Taetro, Twitter at Nick Taetro, Taetro. YouTube.com/Taetro, wherever you can get in touch with me. Send me a singer or rapper who would be great on this and who wants to get on it. But there we go. We took very simple loops. We started with very simple, about 5 loops, built it into a structure of a full track, intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, copy, paste, add some variation. Then today we made that bridge. We made that B section, that new contrasting section. And we have a completed track structure that I actually feel I'm pretty happy with. I wasn't too happy with the bridge at first, but I think it works now. This is about 3 hours worth of work. If you didn't watch the first 2 streams where we came up with this beat in the first place, head to ADSR's channel, the videos, they put the videos up after the streams are done, as will this stream be up when it's done. Make sure you subscribe to ADSR's channel. And I also have my own YouTube channel, if you're not familiar, youtube.com/Taetro. That's Taetro. And I've got lots of awesome performances and tutorials up there for you that I think if you enjoyed today's stream, you'll really enjoy. Patreon.com/Taetro if you would like to support me and my work in the channel. Some people in the chat already have. It's really cool. Cool way to get into a Discord and join a community, submit music to my podcast, even get one-on-one lessons with me. Just head to the Patreon and see what you think. But that's going to be all for today. I'll have big news, big personal news on my channel next week about some stuff that's coming up, some relocation potentially. So stay tuned for that. You know, it's the background is bare behind me, more bare than it usually is. But it was a great stream. I really appreciate everybody coming to hang. Ella, I'm so glad you could make it into a stream despite being on a different part of the world. Everybody who came and tuned in. Jesse, Camilo, who are always here. Capel, who was one of the first ones. All the folks from the ADSR community that didn't know me before. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, youtube.com/Taetro, Taetro. I will go ahead and type my name in the chat so it's actually readable. Taetro. There you go. That's my name. I didn't even have to type it. But here we go. Really appreciate you all for coming in and hanging. I think we've made some good progress. Next week, same time, same place, we will finish this track no matter what. We will finish it. And whatever that means, whatever we need to do. So come along with me for the journey. And as we continue these streams going forward, we will sort of repeat this process or go in different directions that you guys want. So definitely be vocal and definitely let us know what you want. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been Taetro. Have a good one.